Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to a Friday night live stream of the Georgia Shooting Connection. We're kind of short-handed tonight, huh? We got CW and the Scotsman, and Kyle. Chico's working. I know that, and he's they're opening a new shop at his work, so they've got him. There's new Texarkana. You got it wrong, buddy, but I appreciate that. We're glad everybody's here. We already got 25 going on out there. I hope everybody had a great week. I hope everybody's ready for a relaxing, fun, safe weekend. And we're glad you're here. And I want to thank Scotsman and CW for joining me tonight, or I'd be all by myself. So how you doing, CW?
Doing all right now. Week's over. Doing all right.
Yep. Yeah, I was telling Willie earlier I need a week just to catch up on my casting. And then I need another week just to do all the things I need to do in this reloading room.
You need to clone yourself.
Huh?
You need to clone yourself.
No, I worked on copiers for most of my career. And I've learned that each copy is a little duller and a little less sharp.
There's a movie about that, and boy, it was funny.
It's true. I don't know where Kyle is, Lee. You might want to send him a text or give him a call, tell him to wake up. You know, Georgia Shooting Connection's on, and he ain't there. What can I tell you? So Willie's out there. We got Idaho out there. Scotsman's here. How's your week been, buddy?
Not too bad. Appreciate being on. Hasn't been too bad. Better than last week was, so I'm not complaining. Got some ammo loaded up, so that's always a good time when you can do that. And yeah, that's about it for me, man. Not a whole lot going on. Just been working and putting money out there like crazy, trying to get some things done.
Well, we got no specific topic ideas tonight, but a lot of general things we want to talk about. Number one, CW and I found separate but very similar scope deals. So we got somebody else coming on here. Somebody y'all might not have seen on our chat before. Look at here.
How you doing?
We're doing good. How you, Daniel?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I played in my garden. I mowed a little grass. Casted a whole bunch of bullets yesterday. And powder coated them.
What'd you cast?
9mm hollow point. 135 grain. So I'm out here watching the deer come out of the woods, my goats getting loud, and my dogs barking at everybody.
So just a normal day at Daniel's house, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I never got nothing to do, so that's what I do.
He was wearing that jacket Sunday night, and Mario told him he looked like a homeless vet.
Hey, when there's a chill in the air, you know.
Yeah. And I don't know about where you guys are out there, but it was cool here this morning. It was about 42 when I jumped in the car. And before I got to work, it got about 45 or 46. But
yeah, it's been in the 40s all the last 3-4 days, Daniel, at least. It's been in the low 40s.
Oh, in the morning it was like 37. It didn't warm up out here today until later this afternoon. So
yeah, it's been on the chilly side.
I don't think it hit 40 here today here.
Hey, Scotsman. I'm sorry there, CW.
No worries.
I was just about to rub it into Scotsman. I'm watching 6 deer right now.
Vittles on the hoof.
It's all right, man. You can try to rub it in all you want. I'm getting one next time.
We had some venison tonight.
That boy, that is one. This deer is almost white. It's so light.
Don't tell Mario.
Yeah, he'd shoot that poor guy out of season. So, Jamie, what have you been doing?
Trying to find some guys to come on our live stream tonight. No, I just got an email from Russ. He's still at work. He has to work on call. He's a maintenance guy and he does medical stuff. And he's been at work for almost 18 hours now. So do the math. So that's not good. I think the most I've ever worked at one time was 16 hours straight. And that's killer, man.
It was easier when we were younger.
Oh, I've done a little more than that. I think the most I've done is I'm gonna say probably right around 22, something like that. But you do what you gotta do.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So hope everybody out in the side chat's having fun. We got some interesting folks out there. If y'all don't know each other, go check out each other's channels and see what you can come up with. I basically y'all all know each other by now, I'm sure. But
so what'd you get up to, Jamie? What you been doing all week?
Work, man. We were on vacation last week, so I've been pulling a little overtime at work and trying to get caught up. I've been working about 10 or 11 hour days, and it kind of caught up with me today because I'm not supposed to have over 40 hours without permission from the supervisor beforehand. So I left at 2:00 and I still had 2.5 hours of overtime. So I'll probably get called on the carpet. Y'all know how that is, right?
Yep.
But
yeah, they don't want you to go home, and they want the job done. But I'm glad I don't have to do that no more.
You just gotta sit around and wear the same jacket for a week straight.
Hey, it's the perfect jacket for this weather.
I know.
There's Tread out there. Good to see you out there, man. Hope you're doing well. Here's a question for you guys. How's everyone feel about bench priming tools that mount on a bench?
It's pretty much the only way I do it nowadays. I do have a couple of hand ones, but I don't ever use them anymore. I've got an old school Lyman single, and I've got a newer RCBS APS system that uses the primer strips, and I use that one when I got a lot to load, a lot to prime. But I had a Lee bench mounted that was doing pretty good for me. I broke one. I bought a second one, but I figured I used it enough. The $30 was. You got to look at them as consumables. They don't last quite as long. But it worked really good. I invested in the shell holders, and then I took it off the bench and put it somewhere, and I have no idea where it is. So I outsmarted myself. But I'd put it back on the bench if I could find it. I just wanted to move things around.
Signal Soldier likes them.
So I've never used a bench mounted one. I've had a couple different hand priming ones. I like the Frankfurt Arsenal. I got that. It's easy to use. Comes with everything you need. I haven't used the bench mounted one. I'm not opposed to trying one, but I just haven't tried one yet.
Yeah, I've never used one of those. I've got the hand RCBS little hand one, and my Hortney lock and load press has priming and all that. So I couldn't imagine trying to do our 9 mil with doing one bullet at a time, touching every piece of brass. It'd drive me crazy.
Yeah.
You got to get in a certain mindset when you're picking them one up at a time and just kind of chill out, man. You should know that you should be better at this. You're retired already.
Well, I sit there, I listen to Red Rider and audiobooks and just go. Next thing I know, it's time to take my nap.
See, exactly. You should be good at this.
Yeah, life is rough, but
Hey, I would prefer to be working right now.
there's our buddy G23. Let a few more folks get in here, and we'll go run through the side chat. And before Pollard starts, I'll just tell you, I know I don't read as good as Chico, but I'm closing in on it. I got this big old box from Willie. If y'all hadn't seen my video, I did a video about what Willie. I think I'm going to be Willie. If y'all hadn't. I think I'm going to be refinishing that press, so might have a few videos of that.
I did one a while back. It was even nastier than yours. It was rusty, and at the bottom of it was spray painted black. I stripped the whole thing and I painted it silver. It was in a couple of my videos. Same model as yours.
Really? Is that paint or powder coat?
It's paint. Yeah, it wouldn't fit in my oven, and I didn't want to attempt doing it in the house.
So you painted it?
Yeah.
I mean, the finish that comes on them. And we're talking about the RCBS Rock Chucker Jr. If
I just sanded it by hand, roughed it up, and sprayed over it. It was fine.
Is it paint or
I
powder?
believe it's powder coat from the factory. I believe it's powder coat. It's pretty durable.
All right, I sent Willie a link, but ain't seen.
He asked early on for a link, so maybe he might be over on Stewart County. He's doing a chat too. Maybe he's over there.
Maybe we need to get him on with us. Having two chats going on Friday night's just not healthy. So, and he's from right up there in Tennessee, and I love watching his stuff, and I can understand what he says, and he understands me. I think it's a natural for him to join us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Bald out there in the chat room? I can't see the side chat. I just wondered.
I thought he was.
I haven't seen him yet.
Daniel. Maybe not. I was watching something of his. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I sent him another. Yeah, I sent him out something else out that's not sized yet to see how he does with that. Other than that, I can't help that he's got a gun that's broke.
What? Tell me what's going on here.
Oh, he's getting some keyholing. He's got some keyholing issues that I had years ago. And then I seen a couple other things where he showed a bullet and a side in the last Sunday's thing, and it had a ring around the bottom that I recently ran. I recently had that problem myself, but I told him how I fixed it. So, but he's been reloading a whole lot longer than me.
I don't see him in the side chat.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be in a little while.
Maybe Scotsman will text him and tell him I'm talking smack. That'll get him in here. Oh, but it's like I see one thing. I mean, I just fixed mine because I went and got a factory crip die, and I separated the steps between pushing a bullet in and then crimping it on the next step, totally separate. And that totally got rid of the little ring down near the bottom part of the brass. I've been getting that a lot.
You mean like a
Yes.
headspace separation, headspace ring, thin brass ring?
Yeah, it's about a 1/4 inch from the bottom.
Okay,
brass.
so it's in the web area. Well, what case though? What caliber?
9 mil. 9 mil.
Generally, you don't see
Yeah.
that with 9 mil. There's a lot of case stretch going on.
Yeah. Well, it just would push it down and make a ring completely around.
Oh, like a
So-
swell, like a fat bullet swell.
But a really fine ring.
Hmm.
It's not bulging out really bad. You just see just a little ring all the way around and it won't fit in. Willie.
Oh my God, I forgot to put my wig on for Daniel. We have a Navy personnel on the phone. Hi, Fleet Week.
It starts.
The man, the myth, the legend, the Willie Port man. What's up, brother man?
I am just getting here. I was turning my pod on. I didn't think I was going to get a link, so I turned my pod on, do some casting, and all of a sudden, boop, boop. I said, oh, I'm coming.
Carry on to that Navy boy. Please do.
I'm telling you.
You've
We know
had a
all
link for a
about
long
these.
time.
We know all about these squids.
Hey, at least when we hit the rack, we got our own rack, and we're
A
not
hot
sharing
rack?
a
What are you
fox.
talking
We're not sharing a foxhole.
You do share a hot rack. That's what you do. We know all about you, Navy boys.
Yeah.
That's why they call it a true fart sack.
Behave, gentlemen. It just don't me that CW, do you know Daniel? You know Daniel got us my judge?
I've never talked to him, but I've seen his videos. I'm subscribed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know. Yeah. Oh, how do you put up with my trash? I'm gonna have to have another unsub Daniel thing.
I don't know. All I remember is the last time I heard Daniel was crying, just crying to me. You don't love me. You never say anything about my channel. You don't say anything to me. Just
You weren't subbed. You weren't subbed.
Yes, I was.
No, you wasn't.
YouTube delete me. That's what it was.
You never leave a comment so I can give you crap back. I enjoy answering comments, and 90% of my replies are snarky. Because the people that don't know me, I am just a troll that ended up getting a channel because I don't spell too good when I type.
Oh,
I have
you're
more
trusting
fun
me.
I have more fun on the side chat harassing people and talking smack.
You can ask Full Taco. He knows I can't spell because he had to stop his video twice reading my notes. So
We don't know if that's what he stopped for, Willie.
oh, I had a text with him afterwards apologizing, and he laughed. So I knew why he stopped the video. Nothing wrong with it, though. Hi, Pat.
Yeah. Got to do what you got to do. Brian Beaufort, you need to be careful driving, buddy. Hopefully, we'll be here when you get home. We're glad you're here, but we don't want to get you in no trouble. So, I was showing the guys before we went on. I got my belt today, and it's kind of like a cowboy belt. It's got the loops in the back, but it's kind of thick. It's what is that, 2 inches? And it's kind of an old cowboy style belt, and CW was telling me what kind of holster I could probably get for it, but my holster doesn't go on there. So I got a friend who makes holsters. I'm thinking about taking him the belt and the holster and just letting him see. So it'll go in, and when the belt gets wide right there, it stops. So that's kind of where I'm at. But I really wanted this kind of belt because I've got the 357, 38 revolvers, and I got the lever gun to go with it. So I just wanted a belt like that I could store some ammo on it and it looked cool and match the rifle. So that's what I wanted. That's what I ordered. That's what I got. So
Does it have stitching around where the slits are for the belt already on the holster?
it does.
It does. Well, yeah, you can restitch it, just stitch it up by hand. But yeah, he should be able to go ahead and elongate your slits for you.
Right.
Yeah.
You can also go to a cobbler in your hometown and have him do it for you. Most shoe repair cobblers can do any leather work for you.
That's a good idea.
But Jamie, remember I showed you that beautiful little 300 blackout?
Daniel's going to have some of those too. So go ahead.
Let's see. Hold it up again.
See that beautiful? It chambered beautifully.
Oh,
Did it?
250 grain bullet. Chambers
And you got it.
beautifulness.
yeah, because
Yeah,
I got a
please.
hollow. Yeah, I've got a hollow point when I tried, and it wouldn't chamber for nothing.
In the 300 blackout?
Yeah, got that big flat point on the end.
Yeah, but see, this one tapers in to a tip, but it's still a flat point, so it chambered just beautimous.
So, what kind of mold is it?
That's an accurate 250 grain slick side.
Oh, that's a heavy bullet.
Oh, yes, sir. Because I wanted to do it in zinc, and this one actually on the picture I showed you is a zinc bullet, and it weighed out to 150 grains in zinc.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. I sent Jim some. I sent Jamie some to pass around the guys, but I'm going to use 1680. I've been looking on quick loads. I'm not going to say the grain and powder, the amount of powder I'm going to use or try, but it'll work the way it looks. It looks very careful.
Okay, so you guys, how many of y'all shoot and load for the 300 blackout?
I do.
I do.
Well, I haven't
Scotsman
started
will
loading
be.
yet, but I do have a 300 blackout, but I haven't started loading yet.
I
He
do not.
will be.
I do not own one. Broke Loader says I
tell you what, I got this bullet right off of Accurate's website. I just picked it, said 300 blackout bullet, and it was the right weight I wanted. I figured in zinc, so I said, let's run with it. I probably should have had it, instead of being a boat tail, I should have had him do it a flat base or maybe even a bevel base back there, but it's okay.
So they mark them when they make their molds. They label it. It's for a 300 blackout. So they've done the research.
It's on their website as a 300 blackout bullet. You know, it's made to be a subsonic round. It's not made for supersonic flight. So,
yeah. So I'm saving my pennies right now because I would like to get a muffler to put on the end of my gun.
yeah, that would be nice. I would go the clink for a long time if I put a muffler on one of my guns.
Well, Willie, I wouldn't worry too much about it. You can throw a muffler on there all you want. We're all going to be criminals here in the next couple months anyway, so whatever.
I got you.
we are. This past week was the 3rd anniversary of the beginning of the Reloaders Network. If anybody's interested in that,
I'm on camera.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Good thing you got Daniel here. Somebody needs to teach him how to size bullets.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
If you wanted to get loud, Scotsman, send it. Oh, yeah. I mean, when you see somebody that's going through something that you've already went through, but you know, I've only been loading less than 4 years. So there's that. But
okay. Let me go through the side chat. We got 42 right now. Let me go all the way to the top and work my way back down. That way I get anybody that pops in. So we got G23. What's up, brother? Got 10 man out there. K24. Hey, buddy. Idaho Rogers USMC. Broke loader. Glad to have you. JCM 45. James Pollard. Thanks, buddy. I've been working on it at night when I'm not on here. We got Tread. Chris 338. The Crazy Scotsman's on the panel. 10 man. Sergeant Bulldog. Tread again, G23. West Covina Dodge. Broke loader again. Let's see. Floyd Hicks, what's up, man? Andy 79 Z28. Uncle John. James Pollard, AR Gun 1776. We got to get you on here, man. That dude's smart, y'all. He really is. Brian Beaufort. Signal Soldier, Mr. Kingpin, Paul Loud. Some guy named Georgia Shooting Connection. Kyra, just some guy. GGW Reloading, Signal Soldier 31, West Covina Dodge. DeAndre Angelo, Thoughts of an Old Soldier, Lakeview Outdoors. Floyd Hicks again, I think. Repeating. JCM 45, I said him already, didn't I? Ocean 374, what's up? Julio, glad you're here, buddy. Max Bear. Lakeview Outdoors. Bald the Builder. 10 man. Mr. Pollard, Willie Bulletman joined us in the room. Big E, what's going on? Yeah, man, we'll talk, dude. Yes. What I'll say about that is the 686 trigger feels better to me than the 586. I think one of the reasons is because the 686 has been shot a lot more than my 586, even though the 586 is older. But I think I like the balance on the 586 better because it's got the longer barrel. It seems to shoot better with that longer sight radius. Does that make any sense?
It does, but it all. See, I'm gonna kind of play devil's advocate. It depends on the revolver itself, because I've shot some really nice 4-inch 357s, 44s, and they balance well and they shoot well. So it really just depends on the revolver itself, what it is, how heavy it is, the trigger. There's a lot of different factors that play into that.
Broke loader, that will be a negative. You can't change your name on YouTube very much. But
Hey.
Go ahead, Dan.
Oh, no, you were going to say, I was going to ask you, have you ever shot some of Scotsman's revolvers?
No, never.
You didn't take it when he went down there?
He's fibbing.
I've shot quite a few of them.
Oh, man, you talk about some sweet triggers. I was running those things on double action, shooting them at 60 yards, hitting a 10-inch and 8-inch steel with them. Just, offhand. It was just sweet.
Well, my 686, my 586 will do that, and my 686 will do that when I get used to it. The 586, I know it when I'm double action shooting it. I know exactly where it stages, and Scotsman says that's cheating. Don't stage it. That's cheating. I'm like,
You gotta man that stuff up. I'm being polite. I'm not on my channel, but you gotta man that stuff up. You double action that.
I was
Yeah.
going to steal. I mean, if there was something I was going to steal, it would be one of Scotsman's revolvers.
You're not the only one. There's been plenty of people that have tried.
Well, I kind of got tickled at Kyle saying he was going to keep that Shadow 2, but I got to
Yeah,
say, man, that Shadow 2 is nice, but I'm a revolver guy, but yeah.
just
Who got the
I'll
the
stick
Shadow
with
2?
anyone, but good luck on taking my stuff.
Who got the Shadow 2 down there, Jamie?
I take mine down there.
Oh, okay. You got and none
I
of
take
them
mine
guys
down.
bought a
I take
CZ.
mine down there. Kyle shot it, and he's like, "This is going home with me," and I'm like, "The hell it is."
See,
You
Kyle
got-
just did it wrong, Scotsman. He told you he was going to take it home. Me, I'd have shot you in the hip and took it home.
Willie,
I
you
know
were
what
down
I
there
know what you would have done, Willie.
I didn't see the shadow, Daniel. I didn't see it. I didn't know it was down there.
because that would have gave you, if you would have known, that would have gave you the perfect opportunity. Kyle would have taken the blame.
Oh, it
True.
wasn't when you were there, Willie. I had it there prior. That was the first time I was there with him.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I don't remember seeing it there. I would have shot it. I've never
Yeah.
shot one.
Yeah, no, I didn't have it with me when you were out there.
That's okay. After you get done playing around with your plastic gun, just send me the parts and I'll put it back together.
There's
Hey.
Walker out there. Glad you're here, Coach Brothers.
I don't think you're gonna be able to put it back together when we're done with it, Willie. But you're welcome to try.
It's okay.
Yep.
Lawnmower scars are just chick stick scars on guns.
I hope you got a medical degree, because there's going to be some bullet holes too.
I'm sure there is.
I will send you everything I can find.
No problem.
So, Scotsman, you had a question from JCM45. He wants to know, do you work on your revolver triggers?
Absolutely not. If they are, so that's an excellent question, by the way. So GSCM, that's an excellent question.
Oh, Papa has Mimi's computer.
There's actually a few people out here. I don't know if they watch this chat. I haven't seen them on here before, but there's a couple of people out here that all they do is buy old school Smiths, Colts, and stuff like that, and work on them and refinish them, redo the triggers, the whole 9 yards. I'm a firm believer in keeping it original, not messing with it, and unless obviously there's a major issue where the gun's not firing or something like that. But I have never messed with any of my triggers when it comes to a revolver. They all run excellent. They're all smooth. Great trigger pulls on every single one of them. I've been lucky that way. But yeah, I will not mess with it unless it's needed.
Now, Jamie, before I came on, I tried to get a hold of Kyle. I sent text and called and no contact. You're muted.
That's because Rigby came in here.
I understand.
Yeah, it ain't like Kyle not to call or anything.
Maybe he's driving. Maybe he
Hey,
worked late.
there's Echo. Yeah, he could be coming late. I hope so.
Yeah, revolver, what I've seen, that is pretty much the case. The more you shoot them, the better you get.
And that's it. And the more you shoot them, obviously, the better the trigger's going to get. Especially the old school. I mean, that's the thing. That's why I don't buy new ones. I always buy old ones because they're already pre-done. They're already pre-shot in. Those triggers are generally awesome right out the bat as soon as you get it.
Especially in single action. Single action Smith trigger is, yeah.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. And you all know I love 44. Shooting 44 in double action with an old school Smith, there's nothing like it. It's smooth, it's easy, it's just a heck of a lot of fun.
If I can piggyback off of something you said there, Scotsman, about see, you can do a slick up job on a Smith revolver and do fine, but to do it right, you need a gunsmith to do it, because there's that place where the sear engages the trigger, where that releases, that the hardening of that steel is only 4 thousandths thick, and if you take too much material off of that, you've lost your hardness, and you're gonna have to replace that part or those parts.
And there's one guy out here that does a really good job. I'm not going to say his name because I honestly got tired of watching him simply because that's all he kept doing was buying guns to redo everything. And I'm sorry, but old school revolvers, old school Smiths, old school Colts don't need to be worked on. They're already perfect the way they are. And I just got tired of watching it because it just, to me, I was almost crying watching it when he was breaking them apart. Unless there's a major issue, leave it the hell alone. They're fine as they are.
Well, I've taken my 586 apart once, and that was just to take it apart, clean it up, put new oil on it, and put it back together. That old oil will get gunked up in there, and if anything starts sticking, just take it apart, clean it all out, and put it back together, and do it one or two pieces at a time, so you know how to put it back together, and it'll be fine. But mine was probably 21, 22 years old when I did that.
One of the biggest things when it comes to taking guns apart is don't go further than you think you can put it back together. Take your time, do piece by piece, just like Jamie was saying, but don't go further than you think you know or capable of doing when it comes to reassembling, because especially on a revolver, there's a lot of little tiny parts and pieces in there, and if you go too far and something goes missing, you're screwed.
My nephews, one of his buddies, took their old, they got the revolver. I don't know if it was their grandfather's or whatever, but somehow it ended up over at my dad's place with them wanting to give it to me to put it back together after they took it completely apart. It's in a box. There's like, I am not touching it. I am not qualified, and there's no way. And are all the pieces even still there?
Daniel, a buddy of mine, gave me little 38 revolver, had a broken mainspring, but he took the whole thing apart just because of broken mainspring. He goes, "Here, you can have it. I'm done with it." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll get it together sooner or later."
Yeah.
Something I'll never shoot. Something I'll never shoot, but it looks nice.
So you can, if you don't have a good gunsmith, you can always send it back to the factory. Let the people that build them fix it.
Yeah, you can always send it to the Smith's Performance Center.
Just bear this in mind. You send an old school Smith back to a new school style, it's not gonna be the same. Is it gonna be better? Potentially, yes, but it's not gonna be like the guys that were working there back in the 70s and the 80s and actually doing everything by hand. It's all gonna be done with machines. It's not gonna be the same way. I'm not saying they do a bad job, because they don't do a bad job, but I like to keep it old school. That's just me.
Yeah. That's like with reloading and stuff, though. I get the most knowledge I get are these guys that have been reloading for decades. I know a few of them out my way, and they're a wealth of knowledge. And before I got together with those guys, like Papa Les. Scotsman hooked me up, and I spent a couple hours on the phone with Papa Les. And we ended up sitting all my dies after I crunched a lot of brass when I was first tried a progressive press. So, how long you been reloading there, CW?
I started in the mid 70s.
What were you, a teenager?
I started learning before that with my grandfather. We were loading 22 Hornets on a Lyman Junior on the kitchen table before Grandma came home. That was very fond remembrance. Old Winchester 43 bolt action, and then on the weekends we got to go shoot them, but we shot them at chucks, not at targets.
Yeah, those groundhogs. That's fun.
Oh yeah.
I was telling Scotsman the other day. It's like, you don't get bragging rights about shooting a groundhog until you call the shot, the ear, eye, or nose at 600 yards out where I live. If you hit it any place else other than where you called the shot, you missed.
I shot one time. It was so big, it must have been 40 or 50 pounds. I called him Jabba the Hutt. He was farther than I would have liked to shoot, and I know he was big. So I put the crosshairs right at the top of his head, figuring the little 22 Hornet, figured it would drop down with a contender pistol. And I hit him just under the chin. I broke his neck, and he never moved. I thought I missed. I shot 2 more times and then gave up, went around the side of the field, and I got closer to him. Shot him again. He still didn't move. I went over there. I had like 4 holes in him. I killed him with the first shot. But he was so fat, he just sat there like a lump.
I'm so jealous. You guys have always wanted to go woodchuck hunting. Always. I only have ground squirrels here, and I've killed thousands of ground squirrels, but I always wanted to go. We see the videos all the time. They'll pull out a table and sit all day long shooting at them. Honk the horns and have them come right back out. And we used to do the same thing with ground squirrels. But always been jealous. Always wanted to do that.
When my buddy, he got hit by a car when he was on his motorcycle and he got hit, so he's there with a broken leg. We just sat on the edge of the field, had a cooler full of pop, trail bologna, cheese, and crackers, and we had shotgun for shooting trap when the groundhogs weren't moving, a short range 22 for close-up shots, and our long range rifles. We shot 86 out of one field in this 5-day period. And the deer were coming out and feeding while we were shooting. They just totally ignored us. They got just used to us.
That's
good
cool.
Times.
That's a lot of woodchucks.
Yeah.
I seen a video on YouTube where a guy killed, I think it was like 60 coyotes in a weekend.
Yeah, we've got a lot too. A lot of those buggers.
Yeah, those things ain't no fun, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to shoot one unless it's an ethical kill. They remind me too much of my dogs.
Yeah. Well,
but
these
I've
things,
killed a lot of them.
Yeah, we've got them on trail cameras and stuff where they're taking down full-grown bucks. Of course, out here the coyotes are they're a hybrid with the wolves, so they're big.
Yeah.
And with the wife's pygmy goats down there, we don't mess around with them. They get within range of that gun, they're going down.
Oh, sure. I agree.
I saw one here, maybe 10, 15 years ago, 17 years ago. It was almost 80 pounds on a state scale. Coyote.
Oh, you're up north. Up north. What state?
Connecticut.
Okay, yeah. So you got them hybrids with the wolf blood in them.
Yeah, I got a 62 pounder sitting right here beside me, full body mount, shot in 79. Yep, we got quite a few big ones.
Yeah, the ones here are just scrappy, just runts compared to what you guys are going through. I think the biggest one I killed was 30 pounds.
I
And
don't think I've ever done a 30 pounder.
though that, you gotta remember, California, they're scrap.
Yeah.
I mean, they're.
I've shot 30-pound foxes.
I got you.
I think I told you last week, but when we were on our vacation, we saw one dead in the road, and it was colored up like a fox, but it was so big it just about had to be a coyote because foxes don't, they don't get a whole lot bigger than lap dogs around here, except for those tails. Those tails are pretty long.
Yeah.
I've seen foxes and bobcats while I've been sitting in a tree stand here. Coyotes too. Never killed either one of them, but the owner of the property I hunt on, we've all got orders to dispatch all the coyotes because it's a chicken farm. And coyote gets in one of those chicken houses, that'd be a bad day.
Wow.
Ding.
Wow.
Someone not allowed ding.
Was that you, Willie?
Negative.
Jamie,
That's my phone.
I just sent him a picture.
Yeah, see, the land I used to hunt on was a cattle farmer and sheep farmer. So they'll always go after the baby sheep, the ewes or whatever, the female sheep, and we'd get some good shots on them, but they were smart, very smart.
Heck yeah, Brian, y'all got some full-grown dogs up there, ain't you?
See the size of that one? We didn't weigh that one, but it had to be 70 plus. That kid is 6'3".
Oh,
My buddy's son-in-law, 6'3", and he's holding his hands at his face, and the head's on the ground,
Jeez.
and he's red, very, very red.
That would be worth mounting.
Yeah, we thought about it, but he didn't. He doesn't have the money. He's a young guy just starting out.
Well, at least get the tan. Have the hide tanned.
He might have. My buddy might have done it for him. Had it tanned so he could do it later, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, out here, their coyotes are just bad news. I mean, as far as with the sheep and young calves, and when they're birthing, they'll go in there and take every single one.
They tear us up too. I got many pictures of horses, cattle, lambs, just tore up. There's Uncle Jim.
There he is.
what's going on, Uncle Jim? Glad you're here, buddy.
Dead horses there too.
Come on, Jim. I'm waiting for you to shoot those heavy 300 blackouts. I need some load data.
So that's how you do it, Willie.
In his backyard. He got the range right there. I got to drive 35 miles to a range. So I'll let Jim do my load data for me.
Well, that's a smart way. If you're going to have something blow up, have somebody else blow it up.
I'm good at blowing up ARs. Come on now. Let someone else blow one up.
Mr. Nestor.
Hey, there's Dead Horse.
Yeah, I need to get your wife to make me a holster, buddy. We were talking about that earlier.
Get that picture I sent you, Jamie?
I did.
I know they're both 4 inches, but I'm not sure what. I was searching to see if I could find what they fit. I'm pretty sure the leather one was from a Diamondback, but I don't know it was made to fit that.
You should talk to MCK, Jamie. He might be able to make you one.
I did talk to MCK, as a matter of fact, when he was down here a couple of weeks ago.
He's really good at doing leather.
He's really good at doing just about anything he sets his mind to. He's making some beautiful knives right now.
Yes, he is.
Okay, we're almost to the top of the hour. I want to, CW, if you want to, we'll start talking about the scope deals we found this week.
Sure, sure,
You want to go first?
sure. I was looking, it popped up at Midway. It is a True Glow. So I kind of didn't really look hard at it because the name doesn't really instill a lot of confidence, and they don't make really high grade stuff.
Hang on.
The price was really, really, really attractive. And when I looked at it close, it looked an awful lot like the primary arms and some of the Vortex. It was a really good looking, a really familiar looking scope. So I read a little farther. It's a 4 to 14 by 44, 30 millimeter first focal plane optic. Regular price or a normal price was $280, I think, and they were selling it for $99. So I've had a few primary arm scopes and always been satisfied with them. And I've always pretty much known without being told that there's a number of scope makers out there that are making them for other people, and they're making them to their specs with their names on them. And I believe that is the case here, because they're too close to the primary arms not to be made by the same people. So I was talking with Wes there, Alabama Reloader. I don't know who knows or who watches him, but I was talking with him, and he bought one too, and he made a video of it. So he's got a video. He's got 2 videos up now on that scope, and he's pretty overall pleased with the scope, having not shot it yet. He's just got it mounted. He said it's clear, it's bright. There's really no negatives, and he loves the reticle. So for $99, even if it was just a 22 scope, I think it would be a winner. It looks pretty good. I haven't gotten mine yet, but it should be here pretty soon. But we'll see.
I hope we get to see a video or two about that.
I hope you like yours as much as I like mine. I had the 6x24, and I love the hell out of it.
True Glow?
Yeah.
Yeah, but his was a good bit more than that.
Just a good bit more than that one you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, 414 is a nice size for some range, yet it's still 4 power, so you can stay up close. You can still hunt with it. So we'll see. I got to decide where I'm going to put it, but I got a couple ideas.
Yeah.
What was the scope you grabbed there, Jamie?
I got a Vortex, and it's just a little. It's the Crossfire 2,
Okay.
and 2 to 7 by 32. And this was sold as a like new demo. Okay. So when I got it, it was in a cardboard box, and this was inside the cardboard box, and this box was still in the shrink wrap. So it wasn't a demo. If it was a demo, it would never been taken out of the box. And then I opened it up, and it's still packaged, just like it came. So just Vortex 2 to 7 by 32. I thought it'd do great on an AR or one of my lever guns. Probably gonna put this on my 35 Remington. I have had it out of the package. Very clear. Good friend of mine, New Tex I Can, he sent me a link to it. And so it's just pretty clear. the turrets are covered, so you have to take the top off, and the it's don't line up just exactly right, kind of like the one that you what Bama was saying, and you can't hear any clicks, but you can feel them good enough to get by. But this scope right here was $89 from Euro Optic. I know I'm not saying that right. Euro Optics. And Big E turned me on to Miopta. They got some good deals over there. You got a little bit more money to spend. The only reason I bought this one is because it was only $90.
So for some folks out there that don't know anything about Myopta actually makes a lot of scopes for a lot of these other companies. And these other companies charge twice as much. So Myopta is a really good option if you're out there looking for a really nice, clear scope, good glass. They make a lot of scopes for these other companies, so just bear that in mind when you're looking.
Well, one thing this is the first Vortex scope I've ever had, but one thing that impressed me about Vortex is look at this cleaning cloth. And I'm talking about, I mean, it's a cleaning cloth. It ain't that little bitty square thing you get. So, good on you, Vortex. But yeah, Mioptas are intriguing me. The Athlons are also interesting. Miopta is not going to be this cheap, not $90 worth of cheap. But their website is awesome. You can spend almost as much or as little as you want to there. Just depends on what you want to do with it. But those are two pretty good deals. I think y'all could do a lot worse than those if you're looking for a scope right now.
Yeah, James Pollard did a video on the Eagle Eye scope, not Eagle Eye, but the name of the scope was Eagle Eye, I guess, from I believe it was Amazon, and he really loved it for a little bit cheaper price scope.
Yeah. Pollard got a good point right there.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good balance. It gives you a little more power than your typical 3 to 9, but still not too much that you can't still use it on closer ranges. Athlon is another one that intrigues me. I've never owned one, but I hear a lot of good things. Hear a lot of good things about them. 2 to 7 is one of my favorites, Jamie. I must have 6 or 8 scopes in 2 to 7. It's probably my favorite size.
Really?
Yeah, I really, really like it.
Well, Dave Thorzax was telling me what I needed for one of my rifles. Oh, it was the 350 Legend because I was debating on what kind of scope. And see, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put that on the 350 Legend or on my 35 Remington. But for that kind of money, heck dang, I ought just order another one or order one of those that you got.
I think you'd like it on either one for a hunting scope. You're probably not going to see more than 150 yard use out of it, and you way more power than you need even for that. So it's nice, lightweight, plenty of power to zoom up if you want to make sure the horns are long enough for whatever.
So what are your guys' thoughts on these cheaper scopes? And this is one thing that I don't like, and this is why I haven't bought any of them. But what are your thoughts on the lighted reticle, but that big little freaking knob sitting on the back of the scope right there by the eye piece itself. What are your thoughts on that? Because personally, I don't like it, and that's why I haven't bought one of those cheaper ones, just because of that. It really just irks me. I don't like it by any means. I don't know. It's just personal preference.
Yeah, I don't care for it either. I
Yeah.
find it, I don't really need them. They don't do what I need them to do. If I'm gonna have a lighted optic, I'm just gonna use a red dot. That's just my preference.
Yeah, see, coming from the sniper field, I just ignore it. I don't turn it on anyways. You know, I'm not going to lose my night vision if it's that dark for me to have it lit up. You know, I have some cheap scopes. Believe me, I have that shit. What is it now? I was just thinking of it. CV Life scope. It's a $50 hunk of junk, but you know what? For the price, it got decent glass. And if I broke it, I'm not crying over it. You know, it's oh well, I dropped it. It broke. Oh well, buy another one, you know. But yeah, I understand what you're saying, Scotsman. Now, but when you're talking about your turrets not clicking, see, I prefer a turret not clicking because that click sound goes a long ways if you're out in the woods and you got one of those scopes, you're going changing that dial on it, change elevation. That noise goes a long ways to detecting you. So I prefer one that doesn't make the loud click, click sound, you know, personally.
Well, where I hunt, you don't have time to turn a turret, and there's no reason for it because the average deer shot is from 5 to 30 yards. And occasionally you're going to get a shot up to 180 to 200 yards if you're hunting by a field. But for me, I mean, when you're talking lighted turrets, so you're talking about where it's just got the dot in the crosshairs?
No.
The whole crosshair lights up.
On these cheaper scopes, they have the light, the battery section with the whole light on the very back, right by the bell, where you're actually looking through. And I'm not a big fan of that.
No, I like the ones that's just got a dot right there in the crosshairs, and you can adjust it by tapping it. It's right where your elevation, where the button is. It's right on top of the elevation, and you just hit it with your finger and turn it on. And you can adjust it for brightness. So if you're out there on a bright day, you can get it really bright. But as you get into that last 5 minutes of hunting light, or the first 5 minutes, you just got just a very fine dot right there. That's what I like. And that's what my deal with scopes are. I'll get mine out in the morning, in the evening, as the sun's starting to get light or get dark. And if I can't see, I don't use that scope.
Yeah. That in a hunting situation, that the illuminated reticle can be a positive thing. But if I won't be able to see it, I want, like Daniel was saying, if it ain't crisp, if it's not I don't really know how to put this. I mean, it's like I turn that back eyepiece to where I can see my crosshairs well.
It's pretty simple. If you can't pull the rifle up in a hunting situation and it's right there, then it's not right. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And I say this because I've even used Daniel's rifle. Daniel let me borrow one of his rifles when I was hunting last season with him, and I think it was a 2-7 loophole that was on there. If I'm right, Daniel, is that right? 2-7.
3-9.
3-9. Okay. So the 3-9, I didn't change the power on it whatsoever. I left it as it was, and when I pulled that up, it was right there. But that's what you need. If it's not right there when you need it in the time that you're absolutely in the field, it's not going to work.
And it ain't worth having.
Yeah.
And I don't care how much it costs.
Well, the real cheap ones, like we just said, they light up the whole reticle, and like like Willie says, they're so bright they take away any kind of night vision you have. You know, I don't mean IR or any of that. I mean your own, you know, your own pupils dilated so you can let light in and see in dark, and it takes it right away. The better ones that have a lighted reticle will be a smaller portion of the entire reticle, and usually those will be usable. They'll be able to make it very, very dim and not be so bad. But they still got that bulbous knob where the battery compartment and the adjustment goes. It just, I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it feels. I have one Weaver Kelspar, Kelvin, Kel something or other. I can't remember the name of it. Caspa that has it, and it ruins a good scope. I love it. I love the scope. It's got an etched crosshair. It's got 30mm tube. It's got a nice reticle, but it's got that knob on the eyepiece diopter, and it's awful. It's awful. Now I've got a primary arms 1-4 with an ACS reticle that's lighted, and they have it on the side opposing your windage turret. It's not as bad, and it's one that, turn it on the lowest setting, it barely glows, just that horseshoe and chevron. It's the T, the bottom T and the chevron. And it works pretty well, but I never use it. But it's not so obtrusive because it's forward on the windage and elevation controls.
So Echo is asking about Redfield. Redfield is no longer made by Leupold. They haven't been made by Leupold for a long time. Leupold still owns the rights, but Redfield is Chinese made.
Isn't most stuff Chinese made now, unfortunately?
Unfortunately, it is. And as far as Leupold goes, you do not have a lifetime warranty on anything anymore unless it is a gold ring, period. Everything else they have is limited lifetime, which is 3 to 5 years. Unless it's a gold ring, it's not lifetime.
KFW, I think lighted reticles are for pretty much only for hunting type applications. Early in the morning and late in the afternoon. In those low light situations, it allows you to put your crosshair on your target quicker and easier. I'm kind of like you though. If I can't see my crosshair, I probably can't see my target. So,
or safely identify it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I don't deer hunt anymore. I haven't hunted in 30 years, deer hunted. But the last time I deer hunted here in California, the closest shot we had was 150, 200 yards. I mean, we never come across them as close as you guys do. It's just, unless you're on private land, you're not going to come close, at least that I've seen. That's why I stopped deer hunting, because I was walking on more brass on the ground than I saw a deer. I mean, some assholes out there banging away, not realizing where that bullet's going. So I stopped going deer hunting.
Unfortunately, there's a lot more of that going on, especially right in the last 5 or 6 years. There's a lot more people going out hunting that don't have a good idea of what they're doing, is the best way I can put it. And you'll see here bullets flying all over, especially on public land.
West Covina.
Oh, jeez.
On that one primary arms that I have that's lighted, the only time I do use that is when I'm down on 1 power and I use it like a red dot because it's a first focal plane scope. So that crosshair is minuscule at 1 power, and using it as a red dot, it works okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no problem with someone using a red dot. Red dots are great, up and close, like what Daniel's saying, 50 yards. I mean, what else do you need in reality? I mean, I just don't hunt anymore, so I'd love to get back into it, though, one day.
Man, I just love deer hunting. I love everything about it except processing the deer. That time between the deer hitting the ground and it's in the freezer is the only tough part about deer hunting. Everything else I love about it. Basically the work. Because let's face it, guys, when that deer hits the ground, the fun's over and the work starts.
True.
But it is so worth it. I
It
mean,
is.
able to feed your family some meat that you know is good and healthy for them and for you. And man, it's just, and to be sitting in a tree stand when God's creation wakes up in the morning. There's nothing like it. There's no better worship. There's no more of a, yeah, exactly, Jay.
There's nothing like being in nature itself. When you're out there, it's just you, the nice cold weather at the time, because you want it to be cold for deer. The nice cold weather, and that sun just slowly rising up, and you get to see everything going on. There's nothing like it. Whether you get to kill something or not, there's nothing like it.
You know, the way I put that is the Lord might not always provide a harvest, but he always puts on a show.
Yeah, what Jamie says about the work starts is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't shoot that one that I had in my sights before when I was at Daniels. It was a little too small, and I didn't want to do the work for the small one. I had a perfect shot, probably 40, 45 yards, maybe something like that. I had a perfect shot, but it was just a little 6-point. I didn't want to waste it. Let it grow. Let it come back next year and be bigger and get it next time.
Yeah. Am I coming through or am I buffering?
You seem fine to me, Daniel.
Am I buffering?
Oh, now you just you went from the kitchen to the back
I'm gonna have
room.
to. Okay, I'm fine.
You're good now.
Okay, I'm gonna drop out and try to come back in. Okay. I sent Scotsman a picture of the buck that I was after last year. And I mean, I didn't even shoot a deer last year at all because I was after one specific buck. And unfortunately, somebody else hit it and never recovered it. And my neighbor found its head.
Oh,
15 point, Jamie.
Oof.
24 inches inside spread.
I saw pictures of it. I didn't know exactly how big it was. I could tell it was a good deer. KFW, I don't blame you, buddy. That's some work right there.
Yeah.
Get it out of the
sad thing is,
you get it out of a sinkhole and drag it a quarter mile to the truck, and then you still gotta process it when you get home. That makes for a long day. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Lakeview. The only time I'm going to take mine to a processor is if I've already got one at the house aging in the coolers, and then I'll take one to because I don't want to be doing two at the same time. But think about it, man. When you do it yourself, you know where every piece of that meat come from. But when you take it to a processor, you don't even know for sure you're getting back the deer you killed.
that's true. Yep. I do them all myself. I do them all right in the garage. We got quite a process.
Yeah.
We'll do sometimes 6 or 8 a year, and we got it down. I usually get a friend or two, and we go to town. Doesn't take us that long. We get right through it.
I want to get it down to where I can take it from field dressed in the back of the truck to in the freezer, and or we're not in the freezer, but in the cooler aging in about an hour, hour and a half. Shouldn't be that difficult, but it always gets that way. Mike, the only thing I know to answer that question is, are you tithing?
Yeah, I don't know, Mike. There's a ton of squirrels up this way too. I don't know what it is. They seem to just.
I want to know, is it when you're deer hunting, you see a ton of squirrels?
They magically know the time of the year.
Yep. I'll be sitting in my tree stand, not bothering anybody, taking my nap, and then turkey come through and wake me up. Then you go turkey hunting in the spring, and all you see is deer. But when you're sitting there and it's dark and it's quiet, unless there's breeze or it's drizzling rain or something like that, or it has been raining, whatever. In that time right before daylight, right as the sun starts coming up, and it's deathly quiet. I mean, it's almost like the roar of silence, if you understand what I'm talking about. The first thing you hear is you start hearing a rustling in the leaves. That's probably a chipmunk. Chipmunk. They seem to be the first thing that makes the noise. Then later on, the birds start chirping, and then when the sun gets almost up real good, the squirrels will start picking on you. How many of you guys have had a squirrel come in your tree stand, get in your tree stand with you, or almost get in your tree stand?
Backside of the tree you're sitting on quite a few times.
Jamie, how many times have you had a squirrel actually jump on you when you're in your stand in the tree?
Only once, but them little suckers are obnoxious, man.
And they don't like it.
How many of you guys been on the ground in a ghillie suit and had a squirrel climb under your ghillie suit to eat the freaking nut they got? I've had them land on my back, jump all over me. Trust me, I know all about squirrels and snakes and everything else climbing in with you.
I think the coolest encounter I had a great horned owl land right beside my head in the tree. I turned around, cool. I looked at him, he looked at me, and he just shivered and stayed there.
Y'all just realized that Willie just sat on a live stream that squirrel ate his nuts.
They sure did. Right next to me. They ate nuts right next to me.
That was too easy, Scotsman.
It was. It was right there.
I know.
Yeah. Georgia boy.
Hey, Pastor.
Hey, Pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah, chipmunks. Mike's talking about there. Chipmunks. I had a lot more chipmunks jump on me and across me than squirrels, but that's sitting on the ground.
Has anybody else besides me shot a chipmunk with a high-powered rifle with a hollow point?
No hollow point, but yes.
No
Even
comment.
with tell you, there ain't much left.
There's not even a stain of where it was.
I mean, I've shot a groundhog with a 300 Win Mag at 5 feet before, and the only thing I found was toes at one end, a purple grease spot about 10 foot long, and a nose at the other.
Chipmunks are a pain, man.
I just might have to go turkey hunting. Turkeys are finally coming back around here. I've been watching about 3 or 4 hens and a big old gobbler out there strutting just about every night now.
Oh, that's cool, Pastor.
Yeah, I bet that was a show. And that's what I'm telling y'all. I mean, Lord always puts on a show out there in the woods. But
Yeah.
it's very cool to be out there.
And Jamie, that's what I was telling you at the beginning of the stream. I'm watching 6 deer here from my porch, and one of these is very light colored. I'm not going to say it's a very light cream colored. And we do have one piebald running around here. But those piebald, I mean, that's from inbreeding, and you actually don't want those in your herd.
Yeah. I'd have wished I'd have been there, KFW. And Georgia boy, we got to talk, man. You can't let police come over here and catch bigger fish than you.
Yeah, I saw that.
Somehow I think that was rigged. I just,
That would be pretty cool, Pat. See how the kid would take a turkey out with a tennis ball or a golf ball. Of course, he'll never kill any of his animals.
No, not in South Louisiana. Y'all got them big old rats out in the swamp. What do y'all call them?
Neutrino
Neutrino or something like that? Nutri-rats. Yeah, but they eat those. No thanks. Ground squirrel's good. I don't know about no nutri or whatever you call it.
Man.
Meat.
That's
a lot
My
of fish.
goodness. Ripping the lips.
I bet his arms are tired.
I just want to know if they got them all cleaned yet.
Yeah, knowing him, he wouldn't be on here typing if he didn't at least have the boys out there cleaning fish.
Scraping gills and scraping all that off the fish. No, thank you.
So, Jamie, the key to successful deer hunting after the kill is make sure you got a young back pretty close by that's not your own.
I hear you.
Hence, Scotsman was out here hunting last year.
Yeah, but I got all kinds of issues, so that doesn't really help you.
Well, that really don't help your prospects on hunting next fall now, does it?
See, Daniel, here's the problem. You got a 7-foot lanky guy pretending to be a tree. You can't put him in a tree stand. They'll spot him like that.
That's why I put him on the other side of the farm so he chases them all to me. Because Scott's going to tell you who's seen the deer all the time last year.
See, that's the thing. He deliberately puts me in one spot, and I'm on the ground, Willie, because there's no point in me being in a tree.
Because you are a tree stand.
But yeah, I'm on the ground, so yeah, I'm driving the deer to him.
Yeah, he's on his phone, texting and talking, and
oh yeah, getting busted. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The sad part is I'll swap him spots and then I'll see the deer the next time. Oh man. Yeah, I couldn't. I got in the tree stand twice last year, and I got vertigo both times when I was coming out. And it's like, nope. I just went in, got myself a ground blind. And you guys seen those in those videos I made.
Hey, Lever Guns. I saw your video. I hadn't seen the 600 grain one yet, but I saw the one with the revolver. That is pretty dang cool, man. Man, Jerry, be careful out there, buddy.
I think Jerry 1911's parked now, I think. Or he should be. He said like a half hour ago he should be done. Oh no, back to work. Never mind. I'll shut up.
Yeah, those flying squirrels are nocturnal. They usually only come out at night.
Usually, yeah. Yeah, we got them in our deer camp one year. Boy, they made a mess. They made a mess.
That's when you start stringing fishing line through the wall, through the air, tree to tree, bust them out, and they're flying.
Yeah.
See if it'll help. I don't know. I'm just talking shit.
Pastor, that's going to be cool, man. I can't wait to see some of that. I might have to drive the 2.5 to 3 hours, come over there and shoot that thing.
No, not to sound like a moron, but what is a 3855?
A rifle.
It's a straight wall.
Kind of figured that, Daniel.
It's a straight walled lever gun.
Yeah, straight 30-30 with a 375 or 379 bullet.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit longer, but basically that's what it is.
Now, if I already probably know what the answer is. Has anybody seen any lightening up as far as primers coming in? I mean, have
No.
you seen more? Any news about that? Have anybody heard or?
Nope.
The last I heard from a couple of people, they're saying 2 to 3 years before we get them. That's what I keep hearing from everyone. Any gun store I call, they're saying 2 to 3 years. Now, I think Dead Horse said that there's a company in Utah that he goes to that's not selling them to the public, but selling them online in brick form for the higher money. I just think that's just bullshit, in my opinion.
There's one gun shop probably about 30 miles away from me. They restrict the customers to 200 primers when they have them. But you go online, you could look at the contact information. They're selling them by the box, 1,000, and letting people bid on them and go and making a killing on the money.
Mm-hmm.
That is just 100% wrong. So we're getting the word out locally about them guys.
I think it's going to bite them in the ass. I hope it bites them in the ass, like, you know, that place in Utah, because people are finding out about it. Now, I'm going to go to the gun show possibly tomorrow with my son. And I just want to find out how much they're getting for bricks there, if they have them. Because the last time I went, it was $200 to $300. And people are buying them like hotcakes.
Yeah, minimum $200.
Every brick you put on the table, someone bought it, and I wanted to slap every one of them.
Yep, people keep paying it. It's not going to change.
And the live ammunition line was out the door, and I don't remember the price. It was highway robbery, and people were glad to buy it.
Yeah, I'd be happy with some S&B and Tula primers.
Me too.
Because I've got them and I use them and they work well. They're good.
I've never had a set. I've always wanted to buy some, but I've never been able to find them where I am.
We had some problems with the SMBs running through the Dillons. They tended to be a little tall, like you had to seat them in a little closer or a little tighter. But I've never used the Tulas. Never even seen them other than online.
You know, Georgia boy, I probably would spend that right now, $99 for 1,000. If I needed them, I probably would. If I was out.
Those are 41s. 41s.
Yeah, I know. Higher. Military primer.
Yeah, they've always been higher. So $99 for 41s is probably on par with about 60 for 50 for regular ones, 60, 50. So
yeah, you've been lucky, CW, at your place, being able to find primers when they come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been able to get them too, but it's like 10 and 11 box for 100. So I just been buying what I've been shooting. That way I can keep my reserves staying in the reserve.
Yeah.
I got you.
Last ones I bought were, I don't know, a couple months ago. We got 4 bricks. They allowed you 2 bricks. They were $35 a piece.
No, you could have made a killing on the internet. You could have made a smack killing, but
That's not me. I don't do that.
I know. That's why I gave everyone deals on when I was selling the stuff I had when I got from those guys. I wasn't good. I could have threw it all on eBay and made good money, big money, but I didn't want to do that to my friends. I wanted to share the wealth.
Jamie, that last comment before Fuzzy about a gun broker, that's where that one store was selling them on. They were selling them on Gun Broker.
Mm-hmm. That's where a lot of them are selling them on Gun Broker.
I think they pretty much have to, Paul. And I remember I've seen a little bit, and I've not been looking. So, but I have seen some turkey shotgun ammo for the spring turkey hunting season. So I'm really expecting to see some ammo come around, deer hunting type ammo this fall.
Okay, let me ask this question by you guys. I keep hearing if you say you want to sell primers, you have to have an FFL send them to somebody. You can't just mail them on your own. But I hear other people saying, no, you can mail primers through the mail. I'm thinking, not from what I heard. I heard you can't send powder, you can't send primers through the mail, you can never send ammunition through the mail. But I'm hearing from other people you can, and I'm like, I don't want to get mixed up in having a Fed knock at my door. I've called my local UPS stores that have a hazmat license, and they're like, they won't even touch it.
Yeah, that's California. That's California, Willie.
That's what it is. It's just California. Yeah. You guys can do that in your areas. Ship primers and bullets and powder.
Yeah, pay the hazmat.
It's all about the hazmat. You don't have to have an FFL to send primers. It's just about hazmat. But
I sent you that link. I think.
Oh, I remember reading that, but it never said anything about powder. It said about nail polish or something like that.
Well, what happened was hazmat changed. The hazmat for ammunition and powder and such changed. I don't know the date. Was it the January changed? It's
see, Echo, you were telling me that, but I went to my.
I'll try this.
Hang on, guys. I'll be right there.
Willie's getting his marching orders.
No, my wife gave me a little piece of candy right now. But I called my FedEx and my UPS. They won't touch it. They won't touch it at all. Even if you pay hazmat, everything. You mention anything for a firearm, you're done.
The problem is the people you're talking to have their own opinions. I tried to ship ammunition properly. I'd done it 1,000 times in the industry. I tried to do some myself. I went to the local hub store. They told me, no, I got their regulations out. They said they don't care. They're not going to do it.
Yeah, I've talked to the managers, and they're like, we can't touch it. We want to ship it. They tell me, we want to ship it. We have a hazmat license to send stuff, but we cannot do it. So I know it's my state. I know it's just my state where I live, but it just sucks, Because who is it? Bald and Curious. He had to get a guy with an FFL to ship primers because he sold like 3,000 primers on Gun Broker. He couldn't send them through the mail.
Yeah, well, that's New York too. So New York, New Jersey, California.
I got you. It just sucks. Shut my door, babe.
I'm going to take him for a ride.
Okay.
Sure. Fuzzy, if only that was the case.
What do you say?
Oh, he just said I steal my primers off of Scotsman.
you can try.
I don't need to steal them off of you.
Wow, KFW.
I'm going to do some tests on, using rifle primers in the 9mm, the small rifle primers, download and do it on a chronograph and compare it to my standard small pistol primers just to see what the difference is. Because a lot of people are always asking that question. And the answer I'm always hearing is you just want to reduce your powder just a little bit, like 10% maybe. So,
Well, the biggest difference is, first of all, small primers are all the same size. So it's going to, the difference is the thickness of the cup that they're made in.
That's funny, Pat.
You're going to find on some of the guns, when you try and use a rifle primer, you're going to find it doesn't even go off, or it doesn't go off properly, or it takes a couple of times striking it. And that's because the cups are so thick. And the other thing is what you just alluded to is as you go up to, let's say, small rifle magnum, you have the hottest and the largest volume of fire from that primer. So you can change your pressures and make things more dangerous. But it's going to fit. On large ones, large rifle is actually taller than large pistol. So if you try and seat a large rifle in a large pistol, it's going to stand proud. And of course, that can be bad in an auto feeding because you could have it go off before you want it to.
I understand, Dead Horse. I've just been beating my head here trying to help you, a couple of you guys out with some stuff I have, and everyone just keeps telling me, nope, not here. But when Kenny lived in California, I was able to ship gunpowder through the mail on USPS to him, and I told them it was gunpowder, and they didn't charge a hazmat because it was in California, and I didn't understand that either.
I was just another stupid employee that was too lazy or didn't care.
Probably.
That's what half the problem is, you know. I don't believe even ammunition is hazmat anymore. I think ammunition is regular. It can be shipped, period. But primers and powder are hazmat.
Yeah, because I wanted to send you some of that powder to you, CW, but everywhere I went.
I'm good with it.
I know. I just wanted to send you a pound of it, but I don't know. I know it's my stupid state, but I just want to make sure I'm not beating my head the wrong way.
Well, one of the things I'm figuring out is it seems to be a moving target. You know, you can go do it one time and it's this set of rules, and then the next time it's another set of rules.
Oh, and that's the thing. You gotta kind of play the game per se.
Hi, Rigby.
I'm not gonna tell you to break the rules, but I'm not gonna say I haven't either. But you do what you gotta do in order to make stuff happen. So yeah, you do what you gotta do. Period. That's it.
I got you.
Boy, 9 boxes of 17 WSM non-hazmat through the U.S. mail sent to me from a dealer. I pretty sure ammo is not hazmat anymore.
yeah. See, I've heard about this. That you can ship primed brass and it's not hazmat.
Yeah, I think I've heard the same. I just saw it. Somebody wrote it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that before too. There was
only whatever you declare it is. That's all you got to remember.
Yeah, but I don't want to get it x-rayed and next thing I got a Fed knocking at my door saying, "Hey, dickhead, you know you can't do this. Why'd you do it?"
Yeah,
Sorry.
well, you know,
Sorry.
that's your crappy state. I can't help you there.
Sorry, Rigby.
What's the matter, Rigby?
I said a bad word. Bad bullet, man. Next time I get there, Rigby, you can spank me. It's okay. I'm a bad man. You can slap my hand.
Slap his face, Rigby. Right across. There you go. That's a girl.
That's a girl. No, she loves me. I gave her a unicorn when I was there. I got her a nice stuffed unicorn. You still have that, Rigby? Shake your head yes or no. Yeah, she does. We can't hear you, baby. Grandpa has it muted.
I have it home.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know.
Tell Mike Hester had it. See, he said
It's not a rainbow one, is it?
Hey, Mike.
No.
Am I?
No, it's not a rainbow one. It was a pretty one. Wasn't it, Rigby?
It just got pink man and a pink tail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's so sad? I'm gonna get you.
There you go. I said, you get him, Rigby.
I'm gonna get that one with no hair.
Oh, she wants to beat up CW.
I get that boy with no hair.
CW, I love you, baby. You don't need to be beating up CW. He's Pawpaw's buddy.
Well, I'm glad you guys can get away with everything there. I figured it was just my state, but
Why
I
is he not talking?
You gotta be
You get away with whatever you want, Willie. It's on you. You know,
oh, I got you.
you decide what kind of risks you want to take. That's I'll leave it there. I'm not gonna say it anymore.
No, I got you. I'll ship it with my neighbor's name.
She is correct. She turned 6 years old
When?
in August.
That's a good month to have a birthday in.
Ain't it though?
Yep.
It's
Papa's
my
birthday's in August. My birthday's in August.
7, 9, and 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't be 100 years old. I'll be too old. I'll be too old.
Yeah. Well, you ain't got to worry about being 100 for a long time.
Yeah, because that makes me too old. I don't want to be too old.
Well, hopefully you make it that far. We're in a kind of screwed up place right now, so hopefully you make it that far.
Wait, I don't want to be that old.
I'm sure you'll look just fine, Rigby.
You'll be fine. See, Mike says that CW picks his nose. You don't believe that, do you?
I didn't see it before.
That's true, G. Pishner. But I had a friend of mine turn 5.56 case in the large primer. He reamed it out, and it worked fine for him. A lot of shaving, but it worked.
You stop. All right, you want everybody on YouTube to see you get in trouble?
No.
You're a grabber, Rigby.
I'm going to grab you.
That's true, Sergeant Major Bulldog.
I grabbed you. I grabbed you. Boom.
Boom.
Scotsman's beard is as long as Pawpaw's, if not longer.
It's getting there.
I think it's a little longer, to be quite honest with you, but not by much.
Because Papa is too white.
Uh-huh.
See, he says, then you can tell that everybody, when I was your age, like Pawpaw does now.
My mommy is 22 years old.
She is not.
Yes, she is.
She's 32 years old.
Oh, 32.
Yeah. Well, you go in yonder with Mimi, okay?
And Mama might not like you saying her age on TV.
I don't want to be her grade.
Good night, baby.
Love little ones.
That is continuous, guys. It is like
that right there is just a reminder why we do.
Yep.
Yep.
Then you fill them up with the sugar and you send them home to mama.
That's right.
That's exactly what I do. I fill them up full of sugar and say, bye, Wyatt. Go see Mommy and Daddy.
Sugar and coffee. Let them have at it.
I'm like, baby, before you go home, let Papa stop and get you a Hershey bar, okay?
Bad, Papa.
We stopped and got donuts today, and on the way after I picked her up, and I got one of those cards, those fundraising cards where you buy a dozen, you get a dozen free. So I was trying to get 2 dozen, but she was raising so much cane in the back seat. The person at the window couldn't even understand what I was trying to say. All she heard me say was, okay, give her 1 strawberry sprinkle one. And she says, and that's all she wanted. She was pitching a fit to get her 1 pink donut. She wanted one pink donut. But anyway, I got 2 dozen Krispy Kremes, and they'll last for that'll be breakfast with some bacon for the whole weekend. So that'll be good. There's 4 or 5 of us in here when everybody's here, so that's pretty good.
My wife brought a tray of 40 apple cider donuts home tonight.
Oof.
I told her, go make friends with the neighbors.
Yeah, for sure.
She does. That's what she does. She's a baker. So
Oh, is she? I didn't know that.
yeah, I said, leave that stuff at home at work. I bring it home. I eat it. I don't want to eat it.
That's the way we are, man.
Yeah, it's me, Lakeview. I didn't want to. My wife wanted to be called Gigi. And I'm like, no, my name is Grandpa. Simple as that. I don't want nothing else. No Papa, nothing like that. Just straight Grandpa. And my youngest son's having a baby, and now my oldest son, and he's going to be mad at me for saying this, is going for round 2. Got a bun in the oven. I'm glad my wife's not home because she'd be kicking my ass right now for saying it on the live stream.
So you fixing to have 2 more grandkids? Is that what you're telling us?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations, Papa.
Yeah, no Papa, Grandpa. But no Papa, Grandpa. But one's going to be living in the house. That's the problem. I'm glad I can't hear very well, and that baby's crying all night long. I'll be sleeping like a baby.
Well,
If they do wake me up, I'll roll over and laugh and go right back to sleep.
Well,
I've seen
you ain't waking up, man. I've seen you sleep. You're out. You're out.
You know it. You see me sitting up in a chair going blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
My sleeping meds knock my ass out.
Yeah,
they
James,
got you into good stuff.
we might even get lucky and have some scrambled eggs with those donuts and bacon, so that would be good too. So
Yeah, when Krispy Kreme came in by my house, we all thought it was great because we can go there and they'll give you a free donut right off the press, nice and warm. Oh, man. Woo, that was some good stuff.
see, that's one of the things I did with MCK when he came down. I took him to the Krispy Kreme in Chattanooga and bought 2 dozen, and me and him ate a few there at the store. We had a coffee and a couple of donuts, and then I gave him the whole dozen that we didn't touch to take back to the room with his wife. Hey, MCK, just talking about you, man. Speak of the devil, huh?
When they came here, the lines were 100 cars long down
Oh,
around the block. There's none here now. They're gone. They've been gone for years.
Yeah, they're gone here too locally.
They shut them all down, closed them all. They're all gone. There is none here around.
What's that chicken place you like again, Jamie?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Oh, my goodness. When they open those up, the lines go down the freeway to get that stuff. And I'm just like, oh, that is so nasty.
There's nothing nasty about a Chick-fil-A.
We got a couple of them. They're good.
Not here, I'll tell you that much. I'd rather go over to McDonald's and have a chicken sandwich there than a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Say that.
I kid you not. I had my hopes all blown up. My father-in-law said, oh, this is the best place we're going here. It's the best chicken food you're ever going to have. I got my chicken sandwich and had a bite and wanted to spit it out and throw it in the trash can.
I guess you don't like pickles.
No, I like pickles. It's just
that's their thing. Pickle juice in their I'm gonna say wrapper, but in their dough, in their
it was
coating.
cardboard. It was just cardboard chicken to me, you know?
Wow.
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I've had their nuggets and their strips and their sandwiches and never got anything dry. Ever.
Crock pot. Someone got some food going.
Getting lunch ready for tomorrow, Scotsman. We get some chicken sandwiches.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. That's one thing. Whenever you go to Daniels, if you ever have the opportunity and you get invited to Daniels, you're always gonna eat good.
That's true, Sergeant Major.
You're gonna have plenty of good coffee and you're gonna eat good.
I made a pork roast tonight in the Ninja cooker, no Ninja Foodie from venison. And all I did was salt and pepper, onion and garlic salt, and cooked it for 25 minutes and let it sit for 25 minutes and cut it. And it was outstanding.
I always dice up some onion and mushroom when I'm cooking it, put it in there, have it on the side of it. Good
Bake
stuff.
a cake, T24. Bake a cake. No, my missus went to go get dinner now. I don't know what we're having.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. McDonald's was way better than what we had here. Chick-fil-A. Yuck.
Like MCK says, next time you come, that's where we're going.
That Bojangles.
Angles, yeah.
Shoney's grits.
Chonies, yeah. He ate that every day. That was some good food. And the funny thing is, I didn't even know about chonies, and I used to watch this cartoon all the time, Rick and Morty, and he's in a chonies. So I laughed my ass off when we pulled into one. I was like, I'll be damned. There actually is this restaurant named this. Good food, though.
Shoney's used to be a lot bigger down here than they are now, but yeah, they're pretty much gone away. But Fuzz, we don't have fish and grits. We generally have shrimp and grits, which is a delicacy. Yeah.
I'm sorry. If Chico ever wanted me to go to that barbecue place again, I'd have to slap his mouth and say, no, thank you. That barbecue was not good barbecue.
At that place where we met Chico that night, you didn't
Yes,
like
sir.
that?
Negative. I ate it with a smile going, Chico loves this place. Yeah, this is great. I don't like vinegar barbecue sauce.
All right, what you got to do when you in a strange place and you don't know where the food is any good or not? If a friend takes you, then kind of try to order something close to what they're ordering because they'll know what's good at that particular place. But if you're on the road and you're looking for good food, look for the trucks. Those guys know where the food's good at. That's for sure. Bye, MCK.
See you later, buddy.
Good night, man.
Oh, G. Pishner, catfish and grits.
Shrimp and grits, yeah.
Shrimp and grits, bulldog with etouffee sauce on top.
Yeah, I love deep fried catfish also. I'm the only one in my house that likes that.
I like blackened catfish.
Mhm.
Yeah, but shrimp and grits with that etouffee sauce, that brown gravy kind of stuff on top, that's some count, man. I took my wife to Savannah, and she'd never had shrimp and grits, and she's like, I don't know if I'm going to like it, so can we just split an order? And the lady who was taking our order, she said, I can do that. So she came back and they were, pretty good sized bowls. And, I kind of looked at her and she was kind of nibbling around and tasting it a little bit. And so I started digging in mine. And by the time I looked up again, her bowl was empty. That it was. So, people can be, oh, Papa's place. Down here in the South, man, we was pretty much raised on grits.
Yeah, I'm not the most favorite for grits either, but I'll eat them.
Yeah, we kind of like Zaxby's here, Big E.
Now, see, Big E and Daniel, they ate good in the Navy. Shit, in the Army, we ate whatever they gave us. Shit on the shingle, it don't matter. You guys ate good in the Navy.
Not as good as the Air Force. I know how
You
good the
guys,
Air Force
you
eats.
never ate Army chow. Then you'd love your chow.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're almost out of time, and I was supposed to do something, and I forgot about it. So we're going to be going just a little bit over tonight. I hope y'all can bear with us. Scotsman, you want to talk about your video today for Fatwood Friday?
Sure. Appreciate it, brother. So if you guys haven't seen my video for the day, please go check it out. But some of you may or may not know, but Bill Milton is a good guy in our community, and unfortunately, he is suffering from cancer. He's in the hospital, and Redneck Renegade is got a GoFundMe going, trying to raise some funds to help him out with pay some bills. And I was trying to think what I could do, and I'm gonna do what I do best, and I'm gonna throw an AR in there, so you'll have a custom built AR by me. So for every $10 you donate, you have an opportunity to win an AR together by me.
Good deal, good deal. And right there, I got a banner with the link going to the GoFundMe. So what we just did you say just do a screenshot and send it to you in an email,
So
Scotsman?
you gotta do a screenshot, send it to me in an email, and it has to be a very specific title. The title of the email has to be Bravo Mike 15. Bravo Mike 15. If it's not in the title, it's not gonna count. It has to be in the title.
And that's just so he can pick it out of his emails. Yes,
Exactly.
G. Pishner, you're right. There can be bad grits. And Papa's Place, I've been to the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. That's pretty good country down there. Hottest week I ever spent in my life was in Gulfport, Mississippi. No doubt. And when you're from the South and you raised up with them grits, you can take that two different ways. So good night, Idaho.
Night, Idaho.
Good night, man.
Drive
So
safe.
we'll start going through the room, and y'all tell us what you got coming up or what you're going to be working on this next week. And if y'all can, if y'all feel led to go donate to Bill Melton, I know he can use it. He was real sick there for a while, wasn't he, Scotsman?
Yeah, he's in intensive care right now. His white blood cell count was through the roof. So he was having issues breathing. They got it down. The last video I saw from Red, they got it down to 10. So he's getting better slowly but surely. So definitely some good news there. But yeah, we've seen this all too many times already. Cancer has hit our community pretty hard over the years, and unfortunately kind of falls on us to look out for each other, and that's what we do. So if you can help out, please do so. If you can't donate, I understand. I know it's tough times, but if you can't donate, just share it. Share it, and let's help the man out and do the best we can for him.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, man, I'm jealous of that ferro rod. I gotta find me one of them.
If you haven't got a ferro rod from Nathan 4071, you are missing out, man, live.
Okay, so you know where to get them. So I'll get with you.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Daniel, what are you going to be working on this week, man?
Well, I've got a friend that needs to do a review, and I'm going to do everything I can to torture, review, because he's doing this thing with a Glock, and you know how I feel about them. So yeah, I'm going to be having some fun, but it'll be on that friend's person's channel.
Okay. I think we get the drift.
CZ life, baby. CZ life.
Easy life.
Willie, you're gonna love it, brother.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. You might cry, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Oh, I won't cry. It's not mine.
Oh, with what's gonna happen, you might cry.
No, it's not mine.
All right, Willie, what you got coming up, buddy?
I'm gonna go out and turn the pot on and start melting lead in the new brass molds I got today. Or yesterday, the handles came in. And I was gonna do that before I came on here, so I'm gonna be dropping some lead.
Pretty cool, man. I got to tell you. Hey, Eagle Eye.
Hey, Kenny.
Yeah, I got to do that, Big E. That's for sure. He's wanting to see me blow up some water jugs, and I'm wanting to do it so bad. Hey, listen, Big E. I just got to schedule it and get it done because I don't know when Chico's going to be unable to
Hey, Kenny.
get away and get up here and get it done. So, hey, Kenny, what's up, Eagle Eye? Who next? Scotsman?
Thanks for having me on, brother. Always appreciate it. Always a good time to be here. Glad I could be here. It's been a little bit since I've been on, so I apologize for that. Work's been crazy, so whenever I can get overtime, I'm gonna take it. So can't really apologize too much for that. I gotta take the overtime when I can get it. But always good to be here. Appreciate it. Always good to see everyone on the side chat. And y'all stay safe, stay vigilant, and keep fighting the good fight.
Hey, man, thanks for being here. Thanks for the help tonight. We missing Kyle and Chico, so we'll try to do better next week. What do you think, CW? What you gonna be working on?
Oh, I got a pile of bullets to size and gas check. That last video I did about 30 pounds of bullets. So I got quite a bit to get sizing on. I had a busy day today, so I didn't get anything done with that. So that's going to be sometime this weekend. And I'd like to get to the range, but I know it won't happen. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what the good Lord has in store. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Good talking with everybody.
Hey, man, thanks for being here. We always enjoy it. Thank Willie and Daniel too. We a little short-handed, so we need all help we can get. And thank all you guys for joining us tonight. I will be trying to do. I'm gonna try to catch a hollow point bullet in some milk jugs. We'll see how that works out. And Kenny's saying Powder Valley's dropping powder. So y'all looking, you can go over there and see what you can find.
Get it while you can.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I got one of those too, Big E, I think. Maybe not a Chick-fil-A, but a Bojangles. Anyway, I'm going to try to catch a bullet with some water jugs. We'll see what happens. I want to thank all y'all for coming out tonight. I want to thank the panel for helping us out. We're going to be working on that. Hope to have some videos. I want to thank Willie for the box. All you guys that's ever sent me anything. Thank you. I appreciate it more than I can say.
My pleasure.
And I'm going to be trying to do some work on that. I'm going to be trying to work on that press that Willie sent me. I'm gonna try to do some restoration type videos, and CW already said it'd help me. So
These didn't get in the box, Jamie. These should be coming next.
all right,
Eight millies.
good deal, man. Look at that. All right, guys, we're going to get off of here and let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's weekend. We thank each and every one of you for coming. Send us an email at georgiashootingconnection@gmail.com. Check us out on Instagram at Georgia Shooting Connection. And we just pray the Lord bless you all real good. Lord willing, we'll see you next Friday night at 8 o'clock. Say good night, y'all.